everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while. Today's video is not going to be makeup or clothes or anything else like that. Today is going to be about my experience auditioning for The Voice. And I have footage and yeah. I have footage. So before I went to my audition, after I registered online, I did a lot of research on it and I looked up other people's experiences and I watched some videos and I read some articles and blogs. And so I got myself familiar with what I was going to be going through, because I know that you have to go through it alone and you can't bring anyone with you during the audition. So I was like, and I have anxiety, so I didn't want to like freak myself out and just jump into it. So I just did my research and I made sure that I knew what was going to happen so that I wasn't as scared, even though it's really scary doing it, but it's so worth it. I knew going into this that I wasn't going to get through because I don't have a vocal coach. The last time I took lessons was when I was in 6th grade. I just sing as a thing that I do. I don't do it, you know, professionally, or I don't get paid to do it. So I knew that I wasn't going to get through. I was mostly doing it just for the experience and to maybe meet new people, which I did, and to just be able to say that I did it because I've been wanting to do it since I was 6. This year I was like, all right, Leah, we're just going to do it because who cares? Like, the most they're going to say is no. And so I just did it. And I signed up about a month and a half before the auditions, so I wasn't prepared at all. But if you go into it with a mindset of, you know, the most that they can say is no, and I'm still gonna kick ass after and I'm still gonna follow my dreams, then that's when you should do it. You know, even some of the best don't get through. It's all on what they want that year, and you never know what they want. So, you know, you just have to try it. You just have to go. That's all you can do is try. So that's what I did. My audition was in New York City at the, I believe it's in the same spot every year, the Jacob Kravitz Center? Jacob K. Javits Convention Center. That's where mine was, and it was a week ago today. Like I said, I did my research, so I heard, you know, one post was they don't care about your outfit, and, you know, people with like ripped shirts go through. I read something like that, so I was like, okay, but I went out and bought an outfit anyway just because it's a huge moment and you want to be looking good. And then I read others where it's like they do look at you and they take, you know, everything into account. If you have the look, then you might get through, even if you have an okay voice. And some of them even said like a, you know, someone who had a record label at once, they didn't even get through. Somebody that was a professional opera singer, she didn't even get through. So like, it doesn't matter how good you are, sometimes just taking that chance. My audition was 7 in the morning. It wasn't actually at that time. So I read something where it's like, if you have a 7 in the morning call, don't go at 7, like go around at 8:30 because the lines are gonna be long. I don't encourage that. I got there at 6:45. Yes, I was in line for a long time, but regardless of what time you get there, the lines are still going to be long because there's thousands of other people with the same dream as you. There's thousands of other people that want to audition, and there's going to be thousands of other people that are there, just like there was for me. So I got there at 6:45, and luckily I knew that I didn't want to go in this alone, and I wanted to make at least one friend that I could stick with throughout the entire day because I didn't know what to expect, and I was hoping that I could meet somebody else that has never done it before, which I did. I was walking out after dropping my mom and sister off upstairs in the convention center, and then the auditioners had to go outside and then go downstairs and stand in line to get into where we were doing the auditions. And I tapped this girl on the shoulder. She looked nice and young, like around my age. And I tapped her on the shoulder and I asked her if we could be friends for the day and if I could just hang with her. And we ended up becoming really good friends and we still talk, which is amazing. Trust me, even though I didn't get through, I don't regret it at all. And I'm so happy that I went. It was amazing. So yeah, I still got there 15 minutes early. And yes, the lines were long and we did have to wait outside for, I mean, I was talking to my friend that I made the entire time, literally from before I got in line to after our audition. So definitely making friends makes the time go by faster. I was there for 7 hours, which seems like a long time, and yes, it was a long time, but if you make friends and you talk to people, it's gonna go by so fast. So there's like several different lines that you have to go in. When you first get there, you're standing outside, even if it's cold, so dress warm. You obviously have to print out your registration pass. On the site, it'll tell you everything to do. Like a week before, it'll have you print it. And you just have to have your ID on you. If you don't have your ID, you ain't getting through, so make sure you bring that. The first line, you wait outside. You have to show them your registration and your license. And then you go inside where it's nice and warm, and then you're in that line for another probably 45 minutes. That's where you get security checked, and then you get a bracelet, and then you walk down more stairs. There's another line, and that line was the longest. I think that line was an hour and a half.
It's awkward.
And you just kind of stand there and you keep rotating, and that's when they get you inside to the registration. Like they actually, you hand them your registration form and they tell you where to go. Then you can take pictures like this in front of the voice sign, which was so cool. And then you sit there for probably about 3-4 hours, which, like I said, it's a long time, but it gives you time to practice or just go over and rehearse and learn your words more. People are just belting it out everywhere. Like you hear runs from like left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm gonna redo that. You hear runs from left, right, and like this corner and that corner, and you hear like a huge friggin' noise from over there and someone belting it out over there, and it's just, it's a lot, but just like, it's a lot, but you just gotta remind yourself like, hey, I'm here for the same reason. So I don't recommend practicing as soon as you get there because you're gonna be waiting for a long time and you're just gonna be using up your vocals. So I would just sit there, maybe hum it out. I know I hummed a lot until I got in line to go up the stairs to the producers. I wouldn't recommend belting it out like everyone else does, or they try to get you to sing with them to ruin your vocal cords for when you go up so that they have less competition. It didn't work with me. I told them no. And then finally, a woman comes down from the, you know, the voice, and she has a microphone and she goes around, you know, asking your name, and then you sing a little bit into the microphone to get the crowd going, which I thought was pretty cool. And then she makes, you know, the crowd go wild and you start screaming for a few minutes. I did take sparse footage. I know that I couldn't film the whole thing because I was too busy living in the moment and trying to focus where I was going. So finally, when they start saying the producers are ready and stuff, they put you in lines of 10. So in front of the doors to go upstairs, they have just like several pieces of white tape, and they just line you up in rows of 10 over and over on each side of the tape.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so sorry. Go out of it. I'm out. You got this? You sound so nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm sending you vibes right now. What's that? Oh, I'm famous. Oh god.
And then when the producers are ready, they take you out one line at a time. Sometimes multiple lines. It'll go like one line and then 2 lines. And then you walk up your stairs, walk up more stairs, walk up more stairs, and then you're on the floor with the producers. And that was intense. That's like when, you know, you start really like shaking like this. Like I was shaking like a leaf. I was petrified. I was excited, but I was so nervous because like this is make or break. Like your whole life changes. The first thing that I thought to myself, I picked a really intense song. I picked one that showed my range, and the first thing that you think of is my voice is gonna crack, or I'm gonna forget the words, or I'll throw up. Because that's what I thought I was gonna do. And none of that happened to me. My voice cracked, and I'll admit it because I'm human and I don't care. My voice cracked once, and I knew instantly as my voice cracked that I wasn't going through, but I already knew that anyway. And it's not negative, it's just realistic. There are people that have been practicing and getting ready for this and preparing for this their entire lives, and I just thought I'd do it a month and a half ago. So I wasn't too concerned. I do recommend doing a song with range. Obviously not a lot. If you have what it takes, then it won't take you much to get through, but you also need to learn to do a song that's different but also kind of up to date. I chose a little bit of an older song, I think it was 2005, but it's something that not a lot of people would sing. Most people sing the same songs. I would recommend going in with 3 songs. I know that sounds like a lot. You go into the room with the producer, 10 people. What are the odds that at least one of those people have the same song as you if you pick a song that was just released like last month? You need to stand out. You can't do a song that, you know, she's gonna be like, oh, I've already heard this 20 times today. You know, like, I'm not putting you through because of that. You have to stand out. You have to be different. You have to show range. You have to show control. That's obviously all these things that they look for. And you also have to, you know, look good. Dress to impress. Go there looking good, feeling good. Like, I'm telling you, if you look good, you're just gonna do that much better because you know you look good. So once you go upstairs, you wait more and you can hear, so there's multiple rooms with producers in them, and you can hear everybody singing their turn while you're waiting, and it kills you. Like, you listen to people like crack their voice, you listen to people lose their words, you listen to people kill it, and you're like, oh my god, I can't even compete with that. That was me several times. But the main thing is to just focus on yourself. Like, I kept to myself. I sat there and I just hummed my lyrics over and over to get myself prepared, but not too prepared, to where I overdid it with my voice. The people who work for The Voice will say, okay, you're up. And I have the footage of me walking into the room, but then I had to shut my phone off because obviously you're not allowed to film. The producer introduces herself. She, you know, says, thank you so much for coming. You guys are already amazing because you had, you know, technically, she didn't say this, but you had the balls to go there and do it. She just picks your registration form up one by one, calls your name, and it's a really small room. She's at a desk with a computer in front of her and just chairs all along the walls, and there's a piece of tape in the middle. When she calls your name, you stand up, introduce yourself, and say what song you're singing, and then you sing it for 30 to 45 seconds, and then that's it. 30 to 45 seconds is all that you get, which is not a lot of time, so you have to show them what you've got in that little amount of time. I didn't forget my words, which was amazing. After you sit down and after everyone goes, she'll say, you know, whoever goes through will get the call back, and then she'll say, unfortunately, we're not gonna like choose any of you today, but don't be afraid to come back. We have a lot of open calls, and come back next year, blah, 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 you know. And then you walk out and you go back to wherever you were, which in my case was a hotel. It was really cool. And I'm going back next year. I'm not gonna let that affect me. I'm gonna be doing even more singing than before because I'm actually gonna be prepared this time. Whoever is watching this, I hope that you can just tell yourself, you know what, we're doing this, and if you don't make it through, who cares? Who cares? You know, you did it. You did it, so that's literally all that matters. And I know I'm getting all mushy and stuff, and like, you know, whatever, but like, just do it. You know, if you mess up the words or you forget the words, who cares? Your voice cracks, who cares? Like, you throw up, who cares? This is a big deal. You're singing in front of a producer of a show. That is not easy. That takes courage, that takes bravery, that takes just a mindset of a warrior. Like, you did it, and that's all that matters. So, and I hope this video helped whoever is about to audition or plans on auditioning, or even if they don't want to audition but they're thinking about it. I hope this is me telling you to go do it because it was awesome. Thank you for listening to my journey with my voice audition. And that was my experience with The Voice, and next year I'll probably make another one because it's probably different every year. So that is it for that, and yeah, it was awesome. How many times can I say that? Also, stay on the lookout for more singing videos because I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be getting my stuff together, okay? Okay. I hate myself. Okay, bye.